Hi, thanks for joining me today. We're going to work some today on some stretches for the shoulders, neck, and upper back. That is an area where we carry a lot of tension and tightness. If you sit at a desk job all day and work on a computer, you know how you can get rounded forward. Actually, most of our tasks that we do throughout our day have our arms forward with the upper body rounded. So we're going to work a little bit to maybe get some tension out of those shoulders. And I wanted to give you something that you could do anywhere, anytime. So we're going to use a chair today. So I have a folded up chair, folding chair that I have in my house. You can do this sitting at your desk. You can do this at the barn, sitting on a bench or a hay bale or anything where you can keep your feet underneath the knees and your thighs pretty much parallel to the ground. So you don't want to be sitting up too high. High would be actually okay, but you don't want to be seated low where your knees are above your hips. So think of level, and also thinking of coming a little forward on the seat. So I'm not rounding back into the chair as we have a tendency to do when we sit. So we're going to come up and find our balance on our sit bones. Find that even weight in sit bones side to side. So make sure you're not leaning to one side or to the other. Nice length in the spine. Let your arms come down by your side. Just let the palms face forward. Think of the arms, fingers being heavy, and then feeling the crown of the head lengthening up. Think of tucking the chin a little bit towards the collarbones, and think of the collarbones being nice and wide. So again, we want to get out of this posture and start to get a little opening in the front of the body. So working with your breath, as you inhale, float the arms all the way up and overhead, reaching up through the fingertips. And then as you exhale, turn the palms down and float the arms back down by your side. So just start with just a little movement for the shoulders and the arms. Inhale, focusing on the breath, inhaling and exhaling. So we'll do that one more time. Inhale, arms floating up and overhead. And then exhale, the arms float down. And then just again with the arms, just fingertips just reaching down, we do a few circles with the shoulders. So bring the shoulders, inhale, bring the shoulders forward, up. And then as you exhale, bring them back and around. So inhale, shoulders forward, up towards the ears, back and around. So one more time, both together. Inhale and exhale. And then just let one hand, so let's start with the right side. So let your left hand just rest on your thigh. So we'll do that now singularly. So inhale, bring that right elbow forward, up, back and around. Notice if your range of motion is a little different using just one. Inhale, and if you have a little movement in the torso, that's okay, but just really think of that movement coming through the shoulder. Notice sensations, maybe any sounds that your shoulder may be making, like mine is making. And then let that arm release down, heavy, and then releasing the left arm down, let the right arm rest on the thigh, and then same thing. Inhale, that shoulder forward, up, exhaling it back and around. Inhaling forward and up towards the ear, and exhale and back and down the back. So a couple more times. Again, just notice any sensations. Notice difference side to side, since we tend to be either right-handed or left-handed. You might notice a difference on one side versus the other. And then again, just let that arm hang heavy for a moment. Inhale and exhale, and then letting both hands again rest on the thighs. Take a breath. Inhaling and exhaling, and then let the arms come out by your side, and then bring the arms about shoulder height with the palms facing forward, and make a little soft bend in the elbows, and the same thing with the wrists. So fingertips kind of curving forward. Nice deep inhale. As you inhale, lift the heart and the sternum, draw the shoulder blades towards the spine, get a little opening in the front of the body. If it feels okay, you can look up. If that doesn't feel good for your neck, just keep your chin towards the collarbones, but think of lifting the sternum. And then exhale, round through the spine. So think seated cat pose here. Fingertips in front like you're hugging a great big tree, middle fingers touch. And then inhale, opening up through the front of the body, lift the heart and the sternum. And then exhale, again, rounding the spine. A couple more times like that. Inhale, so we're getting this nice stretch across the front of the body where we tend to be tight. And then as we exhale and round forward, we're getting a stretch between the shoulder blades, which can be overstretched but also tight. One more time. Inhale. Good. And exhale. And then this time, release the arms down, float the arms all the way up and overhead as you come back to that neutral spine, energy up through the fingertips. Bring the palms together, interlace the fingers, press up through the palms. So palms pressing up, shoulders release down. Think of drawing the lowest ribs towards the hips. Keep that nice length in your spine. Inhale and exhale. And then inhale, shrug the shoulders up towards the ears. And then exhale, release the shoulders and let the arms float back down. And then one more time, a little movement for the shoulders and the arms. So we're going to bring the arms back again to that shoulder height. Palms face forward. And then actually right palm face forward, let's turn the left palm to face back. So we're going to play a little bit with our thinking mind here. So we're going to sweep the right arm up, the left arm down. As you bring the right arm up, left arm down, begin to bend your elbows and just kind of reach toward the midline of your body. And then bring the arms back out to the side. I'm playing with my microphone case back there. And then left arm up, right arm down, bend the elbows and reach in towards the midline. And again, it doesn't matter where you go. We're not trying to, come to the midline, but just getting that bend and that stretch, internal and external, or rotation for the shoulders here. Good, a couple more times. And then the next time that the right arm is up and the left arm is down, keep the right arm there. Think of resting the hand right on the midline of the body. Bring the left arm back up and overhead. Take hold of your right elbow. Not that you're trying to pull your right elbow more towards the midline, but just support the right elbow with the left fingertips and just let that arm just release into the support of that left arm. So we're getting a nice stretch through that tricep muscle in that right arm, and a little, again, rotation for the shoulder. And then we'll switch sides. So we're going to bring the arms all the way up and overhead, then bend that left elbow. Feel that stretch again, starting in the back of that left tricep muscle, and then bring the right arm up and overhead. And again, just taking hold of that elbow and just let that elbow release into the connection with those right fingertips. Again, we're not pulling it towards the midline, we're just letting it relax. Find your breath. Inhaling and exhaling. And then once again, release the arms all the way up and overhead and let the arms come down by your side. So now let's walk the feet a little wider than the chair, a little wider than your hip distance apart or whatever you're seated on. Toes, heels still underneath the knee, toes aiming out, angling out. Find the hinge of your hip. Nice deep inhale. Lengthen up. As you exhale, begin to close that hinge of the hip, and then let the hands slide on the thighs and down the fronts of the legs to the feet. Just come into a gentle forward bend here. So just take a few breaths. Just let the head hang heavy. Inhaling and exhaling and thinking again. We're maybe a little nod of the head, a little forward and back, a little yes and no. Maybe a little circle with the head. So again, with that shoulder tension, we usually carry a little neck tension too. So this gives that little release and a nice stretch through the back of the body. And then pressing into the feet, begin to walk the hands up the fronts of the legs. Keep that length in the spine, come all the way back up, and then gently bring the feet back underneath the knees, heels back underneath the knees, feet again, hip distance apart. So one more little sequence for the shoulders. So bring the neck, bring the arms in front, palms facing each other. Take hold of opposite elbows. So you're making a little shape of a box right in front of the chest. Inhale, lengthen the spine. As you exhale, gently draw the elbows over towards the right side of your body. So keep alignment in the spine. So we're just feeling that stretch in the back of the left shoulder. And then very gently, keeping the position for the arms, just very gently rotate your head to the right. Just notice sensation that you feel in the neck and the shoulder. Inhale back to center. And then as you exhale, rotate your head to the left. And inhale back to center. And then nice deep inhale again, lengthen the spine. Exhale, come back to center. Nice inhale. Exhale, bring both elbows now over to the left. And just feel that stretch again, back of the right shoulder now. Nice, still lengthen your spine. And then very gently rotate the gaze to the left, so the same direction that the elbows are going. Inhale back to center, and then exhale, gently rotate the gaze to the right. Just notice sensation in your range of motion. And then as you inhale again, come back to center, and then gently bring those arms back to center. Release the hands again, float the arms all the way up and overhead. Bring the palms together. Exhale, bring the hands to the heart. Pause here for a moment. Think of lifting the sternum to meet the thumbs. Bow the head slightly, chin towards the collarbones. Again, feeling a stretch in the back of the neck without the head collapsing forward. So think of tucking the chin while still keeping that nice length in the neck. Feel that stretch maybe again between the shoulders. Press into the palms. Bring a little activity, elbows side to side. Notice what you feel. See if you can draw the shoulder blades towards the spine, opening up across the front of the chest. And then very gently, just let the arms release down. You can rest the hands on the lap, palms up or down. But close the eyes for just a few moments. Notice how you feel. Awareness to your breath. Notice sensations in neck, shoulders, upper back. And then as you're ready, gently let the eyes open. So that is, again, a short sequence that you can do anywhere. Again, if you're feeling some stress in the neck and shoulders while you're seated at your desk, a quick way to do a little break and release that. If you're getting ready to ride and you're feeling tension in that neck and shoulders, this is something, again, you can do very quickly before you get on your horse, somewhere seated. And except for the forward bend, I think everything that we did today, you can actually do standing also. So if you don't have somewhere to sit, you can always be in a mountain pose and do those same movements with both feet on the mat or in the ground and in a nice standing position. So thanks so much for joining me. I hope that you enjoyed that. Give me a thumbs up if you did, and subscribe to my channel, please. And if you'd like more information about Grey Horse Yoga, you can check in the comments below and check out my website. Thanks so much, and I hope to see you sometime soon in the saddle or on the mat. Thanks, bye-bye.